Hello friends, Farmer Justin here. I'm sitting by one of these eco seats that we have around campus. Many of you have seen them, sat on them, and maybe you've noticed recently that they've started growing something on the top. So what are these things? Are these hay bales? Are they straw bales? What's growing on top? Is it grass? Where did the seed come from? Let's take a close look at it and see if we can figure it out together. Well, I know that hay is something that we feed to animals, and it's usually a combination of things. Like if we look here in this bit of pasture, there's some clover growing, grasses, some broad-leafed things like this wild plantain, it's called, and there's more grass, and even tucked away is this old tattered dandelion green, which humans can even eat. So that's hay, but what about straw? What is straw? Okay, so let's take a look at this. Here's some old grass type of plants that's dead. It's actually an old rice plant, or set of rice plants, and you can see here there's some seed heads on the top. But mostly it looks pretty yellow and dead. And what happens in farming is a machine called a combine harvester comes along and cuts it down, which is called reaping. It then threshes out the seeds out of the top of those. So here we have the seed heads coming, and if it threshes out the seeds, which basically rolls in between these big old rollers, and then it blows away all the chaff from the plant. And really what gets left behind then after that are just the stalks, the stemmy bits. And farmers will often scoop up all those stemmy bits and save them as bedding for animals or other things around the farm. But what about what's going on with ours? We have these funny little things that look like dead straw bales, but maybe also some hay going on too, with the green. Let's take a closer look at what's going on here. So looking deeper inside of this bale, I find these little funny things with almost like roots growing out of it. And those look a lot like those seed heads that we saw in the straw before. And pulling out one of these clumps of grass things growing here, looking a little bit more closely. It's interesting that it's growing in a clump. I wonder why. Looks like maybe there's another one of these seed heads in here with all these roots growing out of it. Huh. Where'd those seeds come from? It's definitely a seed. I can see the root growing here. And even it's got this green part growing out the top. So it looks like maybe what we have are some straw bales with grass growing out of the top. Does that make it a straw hay bale? I think that because our straw bales were really mostly a yellow-brown when they started off with a few little seed heads like this in there, I think what we have on campus for seeding are straw bales, which I'll be using in the garden to cover over garlic. It just so happens that our straw bales have a lot of leftover seed in them. Maybe they weren't completely cleaned out or completely ready to go when the farmer made the straw. And so there was a lot of seed left behind. And it happens that these are actually oats, baby oat plants. And they won't make it through winter because of the cold, hard frost, but we could plant those out and grow oat seeds in them. Well, I hope you learned a little bit about the difference between a hay bale and a straw bale, and know that next time you see me, you can say that we were sitting on straw bales. Take some time to get outside, explore nature a little bit, be kind, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.